Today's devotional is taken from the 22nd chapter of Luke, verses 39 through 46. Following his final meal with his disciples, Jesus goes to the Mount of Olives, seeking solitude and seeking God in prayer. We know this to be quite typical of Jesus. He instructs the disciples with him there to pray, but will soon return to instead find them asleep from their grief. In prayer, Jesus approaches God very honestly, acknowledging that which he knows so well, that before the sun sets again, an unimaginable ordeal awaits him. Betrayal and abandonment, mockery and public humiliation, pain and anguish and abuse, and crucifixion. The intensity of the moment is such that Jesus is bathed in sweat that is described as like great drops of blood. In reading this passage, I'm struck by how Jesus' humanity comes through for me. And I'm reminded that he came to be like us. He came to be one of us, to experience life in the way that we experience it. I'm also reminded that Jesus came to his Father not only honestly, but obediently. God's response is to provide strength. You know, we often think about Jesus' awful road to the cross in terms of those final anguish paces toward Calvary, when his physical body can barely take the next step. But looked at from a broader sense, the road to the cross begins here, with Jesus' acceptance of God's plan. And strengthened by God, he takes a definitive, knowing, obedient, loving step into the final tragic hours that await him. Because of that acceptance, we need not walk that road to the cross for ourselves. And any road we may find ourselves on, roads of despair or uncertainty, roads of sickness or even happiness, we need not experience any of that alone. Thanks be to God for his constant presence with us on every road we travel, and for the gift of grace that is ours, because Jesus walked the hardest road of all,